Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever just stared at your to-do list, watched your calendar magically fill up with meetings you definitely didn't ask for, and just felt that absolute crushing wave of exhaustion? Yeah, if that's you, you are in exactly the right place today. The source material we're unpacking is a total game changer. It's going to rethink how we work and, honestly, how we protect our highest potential impact.
Let's just dive right in with a super simple but honestly pretty brutal question. Who is actually dictating your schedule? Like, take a second and really answer that honestly. When you look at your day to day, are you truly the one in control of your time? Or are outside influences, your boss, coworkers, those endless reply all email chains, social obligations, are they driving your day? We kind of trick ourselves into thinking we're the boss of our own time, but man, if we track our hours, it becomes super obvious that we're mostly just reacting to everyone else's demands.
And that brings us to this incredibly urgent point from the text. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. I mean, wow, right? Think about that Friday afternoon where someone asks for a quick favor, and suddenly your entire weekend is completely derailed. If you don't set strict boundaries and take intentional control of your own obligations, guess what? The rest of the world is more than happy to fill up that time for you. People will literally use up all your energy to accomplish their goals, and yours just get completely left behind.
Section 1, the illusion of everything. Why we can't do it all. So we really need to confront the root of this endless burnout cycle. And here it is, plain and simple. You cannot do everything. Period. We live in this crazy culture that pushes this totally false, exhausting idea that we can and somehow should do absolutely everything that's asked of us. We're told we have to be the perfect employee, the perfect friend, the perfect family member, all while saying yes to literally every project that crosses our desk. But here's the catch. Trying to do everything completely dilutes your potential. You become a master of none. You end up spread so thin you're practically transparent. We make a millimeter of progress in a million different directions, and it just leaves us overwhelmed with zero sense of actual meaningful impact.
Section 2, the pursuit of less, finding your focus. Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Well, we need a massive paradigm shift to escape this chaos of trying to do it all. The source material talks about this concept called essentialism, and it makes this really crucial distinction. It defines it as the disciplined pursuit of less. Notice that word, disciplined. This isn't just about randomly saying no to stuff or, finding a convenient excuse to slack off. Not at all. It requires highly intentional and, frankly, sometimes really uncomfortable trade-offs. It's about a strategic, methodical narrowing of your focus down to only the absolute most vital tasks.
Basically, we're totally ditching that old, exhausting way of measuring success. The sheer volume of tasks completed. Look, I get it. Crossing off 40 tiny, insignificant things from your to-do list gives you this great little dopamine hit, but it's a trap. It doesn't actually move the needle on anything important. Instead, we have to shift our focus entirely to the importance of the work being done. It's a total 180. We go from asking, how much did I get done today, to asking, did I actually do what truly mattered?
So to really protect your impact, you absolutely have to navigate trade-offs. And yeah, this means embracing that awkward discomfort of letting people down sometimes in order to protect your ultimate goal. You have to accept that saying yes to one thing automatically means saying no to something else. Next up, you need to identify your singular primary objective, your one thing. And by just relentlessly focusing on that one thing, you actually make all those other lesser obligations totally unnecessary. Discovering that singular primary objective, that is the master key. It unlocks your highest potential impact and honestly makes everything else so much easier to handle.
Section 3, the hell yeah filter. Guarding your time.
So you might be wondering, how in the world do you actually stop people from tossing new tasks at you when you're trying so hard to focus? Well, the source material introduces this filtering concept that absolutely blew my mind. It's called the hell yeah or no rule. It works like this. When a new opportunity or a meeting or some random project lands on your desk, you don't just say, sure, I guess I have time for that. No way. If you don't feel a resounding, absolute hell yeah about it, then the answer is just an automatic no. This strict filtering process is exactly how you stop letting other people dictate your life. Now, to figure out if something is a true hell yeah, you just have to ask yourself one question. Does this commitment actually serve my one thing? And I highly encourage you to be absolutely brutal with this filter. If a new task doesn't directly align with that singular primary objective of yours, you just gotta let it go. Remember, every single time you say yes to something minor, like, say, getting roped into a totally pointless reply all email chain, you are actively saying no to your highest point of contribution. It's a trade-off every single time. Section 4, dropping the sand, system implementation. All right, I want to challenge you to put this into practice literally right now. Think about your current semester or your immediate time frame at work. Here is the exact step-by-step system from the text. Step 1, identify your one thing for this semester. Write it down on a sticky note, make it super visible. Then, step 2, list 3 minor pebble or sand tasks that you are going to deliberately drop or minimize. Think of your time like a glass jar. If you fill that jar to the absolute brim with sand and pebbles, the trivial emails, the minor distractions, the endless status updates, you literally won't have an inch of room left for the big rocks, which is your one thing. You have to intentionally dump out those minor distractions if you want to fiercely protect what actually matters.
Section 5, redefining true productivity, maximizing your contribution.
Let's bring this whole shebang together. There's this fantastic quote from the text that just perfectly captures the entire philosophy we've been talking about today. Here it is. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. I mean, hit the nail on the head, right? True productivity isn't some weird badge of honor you get for being the most exhausted, overworked person in the room. It's entirely about making sure that the energy you're spending is actually moving you toward your highest potential impact. So, I'm going to leave you with a final thought to really chew on. What are you going to deliberately drop today to protect your highest point of contribution? And hey, don't just sit there and think about it. Take disciplined action on your schedule the absolute minute this explainer is over. Go reclaim your time, find your focus, and start pursuing your essential impact. You've got this.